welcome to another Saturday meal, and this time we are going to try to make some collard green sandwich. Here I'm going to show you how to make whole cakes, Johnny cakes, corn pancakes, whatever you want to make. Okay, whatever you want to call it actually. So I have 1 cup of flour. I'm going to use 1 cup of cornmeal. If you waste some over it, don't worry about it. 1 cup of cornmeal. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Alright. I am going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Alright. Then I am going to use some sugar. I am going to use, I couldn't find the sugar right here. I am going to use probably 2 tablespoons of sugar. Yeah, I know. I'm over. Alright. And I'm going to mix all of this up. And this goes for pan cornbread too, if you want to make a pan of it. Okay. And I should do it. That's what the culinary people do, but I don't do it. My granny Louisa didn't do it either, so I am not going to put the liquid separately. I'm just going to mix it all in here. And to me, it all come out the same. Alright. So I'm going to add my buttermilk. And you can eyeball this. Let me shake it up first. To get all the milk solid from the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to say maybe that's about a 1.5 cups. If not, I'll go back. Then I'm going to add my 2 eggs. Let me rinse my hands. Okay. And then this is where I add salted butter. Well, not salted, but soft butter. And I'm adding 1/2 stick. You can melt it if you want. I just like seeing butter flakes in mine. Maybe a little more than 1/2.
Well, you done used almost a whole stick of butter, so you might as well just put it in there.
Well, I'm going to put it in there with the bacon grease.
Okay.
See?
I'm just saying. I mean, I just would put the whole stick in there. It's just about gone.
I know you would have. Since the baker's talking. Okay, now you see how that looks? It looks dry, don't it? Well, guess what? You're going to have to add some more buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can use regular milk. And I add, I think, about another cup. I want it to be kind of like consistency of a pancake batter, but not so much looseness. Is that a word? So now I'm just mixing the butter. You see the butter pieces in there? Well, the lumps, really.
I would have put that in a KitchenAid.
I know you would. Add a little more.
Why didn't you just put it in the KitchenAid?
Because I have to wash it, and I don't want to wash it.
You much rather do all that arm work?
I'm used to it.
Yeah, her, me does not stare.
No, she don't.
We put it in the kitchen.
Yeah. And it's therapeutic for me too, so.
No, I forgot you did say that.
Yeah. Alright, so you kind of want it like this. Alright. Now the longer it sets, the thicker it's going to get. So you may have to add some more. So let me get my skillet hot. So remember, I always say, heat your skillet first. You know that bacon grease that I had? Okay, I'm going to use that. And don't ask me how much it was in here because I really don't know. When you cook, you don't really measure because I don't. I'm just doing it because of y'all. And I'm going to put butter in here. Let that cook. So I'm going to let this cook this for a few minutes. Not even that, just to get some of the milk solids to kind of go to the bottom. Because see, this white foam is milk solid. So I could scrape that off, skim it off, and then I just make ghee. Of course, you know, you make ghee without the bacon fat. Alright, I'm going to see if this is hot. Yeah, okay. So, you're going to take some. I usually like to kind of swirl mine around a little bit. And it's almost like you're making pancakes, it really is. You just want to see if the sides bubble up. And I found out with this is a little tricky because it's not cooking all the way through. You know, so you could just flip it over. So you want to see if it becomes brown on the outer edge. Okay. I got mine on 7, so I guess that's a good setting. And you just want to kind of lift up. Yeah. Okay, and this is the tricky part for me. Not pretty.
You know how to stop that, right?
Oh.
You take the oil and you put some, over it. But you have to do it on the outer pieces, so then when you turn it over, it won't do that.
Oh, let's see. I'm telling you. I'm learning something from these new people.
Yeah, I guess the student has now became the apprentice.
Yeah. And the chef has now became the student. Okay, let me see if that works.
No, Mom.
No?
You got, like, splatter the grease on. Yes, like, get it on top of there. Just, yeah, like that. All around there.
We gotta move it.
Because that's how I do the pancakes. When they don't come out like crepes. Now do it. Boom, bam.
Well, look at me. I just learnt something. I tell you. Now y'all heard what she said. Did y'all heard it? Splatter the grease. Try to splatter it on top. Now is that ready?
Yeah. I said go for it.
Oh, okay. I'll eat this messed up piece. Okay, look at that. Well, that's how you do it.
Y'all welcome. I know some of y'all miss me and some of y'all hate me, but I don't care.
No, they don't hate you. They only hate because they wish they was here doing the same thing. Okay. Now I need to turn this down a little low because it's too hot. You know, I'm gonna do one because I need to splatter it. Sorry for the noise. Not ready yet? Okay, I'm gonna put a little more oil in here.
You'll know it's ready when the sides over there are all puffed up and it's kind of poofy in the center. That's how you know.
Okay. Like a milk solid. Ouch.
Now you see how the sides are poofy?
Yeah.
Do it a little bit more. And get the other side. If you're not breaking it apart.
I know, right? That's a good splatter.
Now flip it over.
Well, look at me. I'm learning stuff. I've learned today. Okay. Well, you know what? I know y'all sick of this. Let me get another spatula. Okay, I'm back. So I finished cooking up the rest of it. And this is how it looks right here. Now I did have some batter left over. So I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it. Now I still have my skillet hot and I have a little oil in it. And these greens will be in the iCard or in the description down below. I think it's in the description down below of how I made these greens. So what you want to do is going to splatter. Oh. So you just want to cook some of the water out, the juice out, not water. Just let it heat up. I had this frozen, so I had made a lot and froze the rest. And you can cut that strips if you want to, which is ham hocks in here. And turn it back up. So you want to just cook some of the liquid out, because you don't want your cornbread sandwich to be really soggy. Unless you like it like that. Now I like it like that. You don't want it too dry, your greens. You just want to cook them out. And heat them up. That's all you want to do. And I'm telling you, when it sits for a while, you talk about all of those flavors. They come out as soon as you cook them anyway. But oh my God, they are married to each other. You know, like Liberty Bibbity, Liberty Moochma. Are we married to Moochma? I'm married to the collard greens. You can't have collard greens without cornbread. Do you want your cornbread?
And that's what Diamond says to you every time you be eating.
Yeah, Diamond loves cornbread. Yeah. You see it's how the liquid, some left. You can smash it if you want, to get more out if you want. Let it cook up. And this is how you want it to look. Alright, let me plate this up. Okay guys, so here is my collard green sandwich, cornbread sandwich with the whole cake. Whole cake, Johnny cake, whatever kind of cake you want to call it. Now you can take this and make it into a corn cake. Put butter and honey on it, or syrup, whatever you like, right there, okay? I didn't have any fat back because if you slice fat back, it still has that outer edge and it's very, very, very crunchy and hard. So I just had bacon and, you know, it's the same. Really, it really is. And here we go, right here. Now, like I said, on the greens, it will be in the iCard or it will be in the description box for all the ingredients that I use for the collard greens. Okay? So, here you go.